Since 1892, Winston-Salem State University has been a welcoming, empowering community committed to preparing thought leaders who transform the world. This is why we turn to the voices of our Ram family when refreshing our brand identity. We listen to you in designing our new logo because we are so much more than a red block. We are proud to share our new WSSU logo, alive with symbolism that better reflects the spirit and traditions of our great university. The shield represents the strength of our community and the commitment of our faculty and staff to provide a safe and supportive environment. The skyline symbolizes our community engagement and desire to make a difference in the world. The typefaces convey that we are a bold, vibrant, and exciting university. And finally, the arch is symbolic of the history and traditions of our university, including our students' transition from lambs to rams. Our new logo represents our inclusive community shared connection and represents our motto, enter to learn, depart to serve.
Every week I go into every single game as if I'm the starting quarterback. I prepare for it like it's about to come out and be my own game. Now, I found out on Sunday that Rod had a concussion, and I wasn't really too sure. I didn't even know. So, I went up to him and I asked him, are you okay? What's up? Everything, when you're on the sideline, let me know what you see for when he's in, because when I'm in, I let him know everything I see, tell him, and, we move on from there. Now on Sunday, I got the word that I was going to be a starting quarterback, and I prepared like no other. Well, I want to say I could definitely do a lot better than the performance I made out on that field this weekend. There was a lot of things that we could have, done differently. I could have threw the ball away a couple more times instead of, rolling out to the right on one of the plays and almost throwing an interception, which is very heavily weighing on me, which is what I've been practicing day after day since Saturday. Overall, great as a team. I feel like there's a lot of things that we missed. I think that we can get a lot better, and I think we're ready to roll for this week coming up. I mean, it was pretty big. Our seniors, started off their campaign at home at 0-2. So I had a feeling, this game was for the seniors. We needed to get their first win at home and, really get this thing rolling. I mean, it could weigh on you. It definitely could weigh on you. You start second guessing some things, but on the same hand, you have to stay focused. You have to stay ready, and 90% of the game is mental, and you need to fight through adversity. And when adversity hits, you gotta step up. And the team called my name this week, and I wasn't gonna let them down. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you check it from last week to this last game, the team morale, it also goes hand in hand with, how are we doing on the field? How's the morale? Where's the momentum shift? And I feel like once we came on the field and scored that first touchdown, the team kind of just rallied together on that. They said our defense came on the field. Wow, we got 7 points. Let's get this. Let's get after it now. Let's get the ball back for our offense. Let's score more points. And, we worked on that all week with the communication and what we were going to do best for this week, and we kind of executed. I mean, there's a lot of points that we left on the board, but that's how we get better. That's why we do our thing.
So when you
I had the chance to watch the film on Lincoln for the past 2 days, and I think we have a good shot against them. I think we have very great athletes on our offense and on our defense, and our special team plays a key role in deciding a lot of games. And like Coach says, you got to win 2 to 3 battles, and we win offense, defense, we can't be beat. We win offense, special teams, we can't be beat. we win. Defense, special teams, we can't be beat. And, you know, coming into this game against Lincoln, I feel like we have a very good chance at going on the road, coming back with a W.
Oh man, first off, did you see the fans?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, these fans deserved it. You know, coming home, you know, 0-2, just like AJ stated. It was a big win for our fans. You know, we needed that morale, you know, confidence boost, everything you could think of. That was exactly what we needed. For the team, we knew we were going to win. We knew we were. We had a great week of practice. We got together, we fixed a lot of stuff, you know. As good as a team Virginia Union was, we made a lot of mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes, shot ourselves in the foot, and we cleared up those mistakes. And, you know, obviously you saw it on the field, you saw the result, 35-14, against a very good Virginia State team. You know, they're undefeated coming into our house, but, you know, as one of our linebackers, James Bernard, said, you know, this is our house. You know, we're not gonna let you come in here and eat our food, go in our fridge, sleep on our couch. That's for us to do. So, you know, it was a great team win, you know, from top to bottom, everybody performed. Oh, momentum, you know, in sports, you know, any team that has the momentum, you know, they're gonna win the game, you know, they're gonna go all the way. Right now we've got the momentum, and the secret to it is to be consistent with it. You know, it's, we had the win against Catawba, great win, you know, great win against the right team. You know, we saw recently, last week, Catawba just put it on somebody 45 to some odd, you know. And then the next week we come against Virginia Union, we're flat, you know. And so this is the big test this weekend coming up, because, you know, we're facing a little adversity. Anytime we get a big win, we follow it up with a big loss. You know, so we're going to try to change that and get things going and get this train rolling. The biggest thing for us was execution. Coach McComb, our defensive coordinator, harped on that all week. You know, got us in, you know, got in us when we were here in the early morning meetings. You know, execution. You know, and for those few plays that they did, you know, gain some yards and score, our execution wasn't quite there. You know, so execution is a big thing in our defense. It's a big thing in sports in general. When teams can execute, when players can execute, they can go a long way. You know, players can, you know, that's when players play and coaches coach. Oh, we're a family. We're a family. You know, and sometimes the big brother got to let them know who big brother is. You know, you got to put it in the boys sometimes. So, you know, my role out here is to be a leader for our team. You know, I'm the oldest player that we have here, probably the oldest player in NCAA right now. And I'm fine with that. I was given an opportunity to, you know, to play the game that I love, and most of my friends and family, you know, people who are my age, they don't get a chance to do this. You know, so that not only is this for me, but I represent, you know, thousands of people all across the nation, you know, my age who wish they could do this. You know, so communication is just letting these kids know. You know, when things are going down, you know, that's part of adversity. You know, adversity builds character. And with each week by week, we're finding out just how much character we have as a team. You know, with wins, you can tend to look at some stuff the other way. You know, so the biggest thing, you know, for this upcoming weekend, for the rest of the season, is that we pay attention to detail and that we communicate as a team. Yeah, I got lucky. You know, in this game of football, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. You know, so I definitely, you know, want to thank Joe Wright, our defensive end, number 44, for feeding myself. You know, I was able to eat a little bit. You know, and you know, I almost got Don BB'd. Don Beebe was.
Yeah.
That almost happened to me, but luckily I played a little bit of rugby and was able to, you know, dive in with my, you know, alligator T-Rex arms and get them in. So, you know, it was a great feeling. You know, first touchdown in my career. You know, at you know, being a super duper senior. You know, so it was a great feeling. You know, team effort, and that was a dagger. You know, they had actually caught a couple passes, you know, making a couple big plays, and to be able to do that, you know, our defense, it was 2 sacks in a row. Dre Hall actually made the sack the first time, which led to Joe Wright getting this second sack, and we were able to capitalize off that and just give the fans something they wanted at home for so long, a win.
Still got a lot of mistakes to correct. So, you know, I celebrated that all of a few minutes and started getting my mind right for this upcoming game. Focus a little bit more on minimizing the mistakes. It was like deja vu on the opposite side of the ball. Versus Virginia Union, we went to the half with 100 yards of penalties, which is non-characteristic of us. And this past game, we had 2 penalties at the half for like 6 or 7 yards. So for that to be the case for us, that's what we like to say, that's Ram football, for us to be the disciplined team on the field and execute our plays and assignments. Well, there's always room for improvement. If a team gets more than one first down, we got to go back to the drawing board and figure out how and why they got that first down. You always look at, hey, even though it might be a sack on a given play, somebody on the field is probably doing something they have no business doing, or made a mistake at all costs. But all it takes is one guy to mess up, and it can ruin the whole play. So if 10 guys do something right and one guy do something wrong, you're subject to give up a touchdown. Well, Virginia State, up until this past week, had never been down all season. So how are they going to respond when they were facing adversity? We faced adversity, from week one and losing that first football game. Coming here at 3-0, their goal was no different than ours, was to win their next football game. For them to go 4-0 would have been a great, great start to their season. For us to go 1-3 would have been detrimental for us. So, the thing that we preach all the time is the team that has the most fun is going to win. And the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to win. So with a combination of them both, they gave us a good lift going into halftime, but we've seen leads dwindle under our feet before. So, we went back into the locker room at halftime with the intent of coming back like it was a 0-0 ball game, understanding that was a good team, and it was a good chance we had not seen the best they had to offer. They're basic, but they're good at what they do. Quarterback, he's very poised in the pocket. They got a good running game. They don't hit you with a lot of formations, therefore they don't focus on a lot, and the little things that they do very well. Well, that was the focal point for last week, not do so much focusing on Virginia State, but to focus more on ourselves. When you start looking at the basics, you're going back to the basic fundamentals of the game. You got to dominate up front on both sides of the football. That's where you win, or that's when you lose. So for us to go back to the drawing boards and focus more on ourselves, I think they helped us out a lot this past weekend. Well, it was more or less the singers. The singers got together. It was a pretty rough week coming off of that Virginia Union game. There was a lot of head scratching, a lot less finger pointing, but at the same time we had some heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul talks going on within the program. From the coaches to the players to the coaches, just across the board. We were focused more on let's get ourselves back on track before we ruin a good thing. We got more than enough personnel. We're bothered by injuries just like everybody else in the country. But to focus on what we were going into the game with, this was an opportunity to get back on track and try to make this run. It was the first playoff, or not playoff, but the first game in the conference. So, our goal was to win our next football game like it is every week. And we were fortunate enough to pull out a win versus a very good Virginia State football team. So it started out, James Bernard and Sione, they brought a chant, to the program that, they did it in practice, they did it in, pregame, and it really spilled over into kickoff. So, the guys, they started out having fun. Anytime our offense can get the ball first and go down and score, or if our defense can touch the field first and come over to 3 and out, that spells a good start to a football game. So for us to lose the toss and have to, receive the ball and then go down and score, we stopped it with a 3 and out, and we went back and scored again, stopped with another 3 and out, and we had another opportunity to go down and put a third score on the board. That's when the game kind of leveled out. But again, we persevered and won. He has a good opportunity to start this week. We got 2 good quarterbacks, and both of them in position to help us win. Right now, he's still in the protocol with the athletic training staff. So we'll see by the end of the week how that goes. Not necessarily. When you're making game adjustments, Virginia Union, they stacked the box. I thought a couple of times I saw 12 guys stacking the box. So they kind of put us in a position where we were trying to soften up the middle a little bit and pass the ball a little bit more. This past week, the defense that we were facing was similar to the defense that our offense faces every day in practice. So it's kind of back to the basics for offense as well as defense. And whenever your running game gets to going like it is, it does open up the passing game like it did for us this past weekend. Well, he's been playing quarterback all of his life. He's been playing successful football all of his life. So to see him go out there and do what he did, it wasn't a shock or surprise to us. Had he been here, prior to the spring, it's a good chance he would have been in a position to do, more a little bit faster. But we do have 2 pretty good quarterbacks. Rod Tinsley's advantage would be he was in the system a little bit longer, and he knows a lot about what we got going on. But to look at AJ out there, you know, as poised as he is, I mean, he's communicating very well, as if he's been there from day one. So, you know, we're blessed and fortunate to have two quarterbacks, because in this world, if you have one, you have none. If you need one, you'd be better off getting two. And in a situation like we're in right now, we're fortunate to have them.